Welcome back, everybody. Parenting is challenging and sometimes it's just downright frustrating, and that's why ABC4 News at 4 has teamed up with Donna Tadro for our Monday and Friday conversations, Kids Under Construction. She's joining us today from LA via Zoom, and also joining us is Denise Pope with Stanford's Challenge Success. So let's get right to it. Talk about Challenge Success and what is the work that you do.
Well, thanks for having me here. Challenge Success is a center at the School of Education at Stanford University and its own nonprofit. And our goal is to really transform the student experience in school. We believe that the current definition of success in this country is really limited. It's really too narrow. So we're challenging everyone to come up with a healthier, more balanced view of success, one that works for their family.
So Denise, talk about the narrow definition of success and how it really can interfere with healthy child development.
Sure. So I think what happens to a lot of kids these days is they're feeling pressure to get the grades, get the test scores, everything you need to get into college, not just any college. For some kids, it's got to be the best college. And that's going to lead to what they would define as happiness based on a great job and a lot of money. And unfortunately, if any part of that little narrow, straight path goes wrong, like let's say there's a pandemic, for instance, or you don't get the top grades in your school, or maybe you don't feel like you're the right fit to go to a four-year college right out of high school, all of these kids take in that message of success and feel like I am a failure. And what we know is that much broader than that there are many ways to be successful in the United States, that you can really reinvent yourself at any time, and it doesn't have to be this one straight and narrow path. So one of the things that we look for is, are kids feeling excited and engaged by what they're learning? Are they healthy? A very narrow definition of success and all this pressure on kids can interfere with their sleep, can make them feel like they need to cheat to get ahead, can make them feel like they really aren't learning the material, but they're just kind of going through the motions. So we're seeing a lot of instances of mental health issues with kids, anxiety, depression, eating disorders, perfectionism, all caused by this very narrow view of how they need to be successful in life.
Okay, let's kind of talk about the research behind all that. Talk about academic achievement pressure and the research you've seen behind it.
So we've interviewed and surveyed thousands and thousands of high school and middle school kids across the United States. And what we're finding is they are, in their words, doing school, kind of playing the game, going through the motions. There's so much pressure on them to get the grades and get the test scores that they need that they're not actually learning the material. The research on academic achievement shows that this is a form of disengagement. So you have kids who maybe they're getting good grades, but they're not really engaged, they're not enjoying it, they don't see the purpose in it, they're very, very stressed. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have kids who are looking at that and saying, I'm not even going to try to play that game. That is too scary, too hard, too difficult, and I'm not going to be able to do that. So we're seeing disengaged kids on all sides. We're also seeing a real lack of creativity and inability to sort of take risks and think outside the box. And a lot of kids are just getting stymied and stuck, right? So that they aren't persisting and they're not resilient or bouncing back when they face a problem.
And Denise, you really are shaping a change in culture. Has this been difficult to do?
It's really tough because I think a lot of parents feel like the way that they became successful is doing this very straight path. But if you really look back as a parent, you've had lots of bumps and bruises in the road, right? Maybe you didn't get straight A's. Maybe you didn't get into your top choice college. Maybe you took a different path after high school. And so I think there's pressure on parents to try and force their kids into what the media and our society and a lot of folks believe is sort of the path to health and happiness and well-being, when really we are trying to change a culture and show them, hey, even you did not follow this path. And nowadays things are really different. And we know that there are more opportunities for kids available for lots of different ways to be successful. What really matters, bottom line, is if you're so depressed and anxious that you can't get out of bed in the morning, you're not excited about what you're doing, you don't feel like you have a purpose in life, that's not success either. So we're after balance and well-being for our middle school and high school kids.
Balance and well-being. I love it. I just love it. Thank you so much. This, of course, is Denise Pope with Stanford's Challenge Success. We so appreciate you joining us today, and of course, Donna Tatro and her huge array of friends that she brings with us to learn such important topics that we discuss each Monday and Friday. Kids under construction. Donna's podcast is waiting for you online at abc4.com, and if you've got a question for her, please send them to us. Kids under construction at abc4.com. Ladies, thank you so much for your time today.